We are really getting close to the release of the Frozen Wilds, and a ton of interesting details start to appear without being too spoilery, like info on a completely new gun, skill tree name, and the fact that the DLC is 15 hours long. Let me say that again, 15 hours long. We got also a new trailer looking at the Scorcher, the new machine of course, and way more. So let's unpack everything in this video. If you like that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. 15 hours of new content for a $20 expansion that you can get even cheaper if you have PlayStation Plus. So this is like really insane. That's a huge amount. Kudos to Guerrilla Games, because compared to other games and their DLC, this is really an amazing value, and it's even like more hours compared to some $60 games that are releasing. Of course, I would imagine that this includes the many side activities, the side quests. I think that if you just do the main story, it will probably be around the 6 or 7 hours, looking at the balance of the base game. But to be fair though, we of course want to do everything, and to be fair, I will probably finish this DLC multiple times on different difficulties, New Game Plus, etc, etc. So 15 hours just for one playthrough, that's really awesome. Also cool new info is that the motion capture and animations have seen an upgrade in the Frozen Wilds. Guerrilla Games stresses that conversations now feature better mocap and more dynamic camera work. This is not something that will carry over to the main game, but that's pretty obvious in my opinion, because that probably means that they had to redo all the cutscenes from the base game. Curious to see if the difference will be that big that it makes the other cutscenes like look less impressive. Remember that the DLC can be accessed halfway through the game, so if a new player decides to go to the Frozen Wilds halfway through the game and then goes back to the Karja world to finish the main story, will the difference be that significant that he's like, oh wow, okay, that's really a step backwards. For us veterans, it's of course not an issue because we already completed the main game maybe multiple times, so we will just go into this new area, experience the new cutscenes that way. I'm really glad they upgraded it, and I think that they're probably experimenting already for the next game to see how they can enhance the cutscenes for Horizon Zero Dawn 2 as well. In an IGN article, it was noted that there will be a new skill tree called Traveler, a web of unlocks that makes your life in the world slightly easier, expanding your inventory, being able to turn items into shards without having to go to a store, and allowing you to pick up loot while mounted are unlocks, and you need to unlock them with skill points. Hopefully those skill points are pretty easy to come by, because like only being able to upgrade your inventory or being able to loot while on a mount kind of feels like a waste compared to the other skills that are already in the game. Apart from leveling up, of course the max level will be increased to level 60. We will probably also get some ability points by completing side quests, and this is also something that Guerrilla Games wants to improve, the rewards of the side quests. In the IGN article, it was noted that you will be able to get an electricity spewing new Storm Slinger gun. Yes please, sounds like a tear blaster that shoots electricity waves to me, and I'm all for that. And the ability to mod a spear is also something we will be able to get from a side quest, just like exclusive outfits and gear upgrades. The side quest rewards are really something that needed an improvement, so hearing about these rewards already makes me want to do them. In my recent video I showed you this screenshot with the purple tower. Now in the IGN article it was noted that this is the work of Demon. This thing has put up these towers and will make robots become stronger, like there's some sort of aura around these towers, automatically repairing them as well, and if you venture too close with your mount will be disabled, according to sixaxis.com. So it's smart to first disable the tower before trying to complete something in the area, I would imagine. Interesting stuff also noted by Sixaxis is that activities we know from the main game will also return, but they will be different, like climbing a tall neck. You will now have to defeat robots or avoid them before you can reach the tall neck's head. And to get the tall neck working, you need to have found some parts to make it work again, before you can trigger the hat and see the region. So while all the activities might be familiar, there will still be twists, and I really like the sound of that. It really sounds like Guerrilla Games is upping their game with better rewards for the side quests and activities that we knew, but are now slightly different. And again, the 15 hours. That's way more than I expected. Of course, they first had this 10 hours up on their website. They removed it, so they think, oh, it's probably not 10 hours, right? No, it's way more than that. Really cool. You already saw a ton of the gameplay from the Scorcher in this video, and we already touched on the trailer in the stream I did to prepare for the Frozen Wilds, but I still wanted to give you my initial impressions in this video because it's based on wolves. Something I already predicted looking at the real world location of Yellowstone National Park, and that the real world animals that are common there are wolves and bears, and the other machine we saw in the first trailer for the Frozen Wilds really looks like a bear, and we of course know that the Scourges will be a new machine. I still get this question a lot. Will there be more than one new machine? Yes, the trophy suggests that there will be at least 3 new machines, maybe even more. But anyway, the other 2 machines are called Frostclaw and Wireclaw, and Claw really sounds like a bear to me, and also looking at the trailer, of course, looking at this footage, it really looks like a bear, and that makes sense for the location as well. Back to the Scorcher, I love the fact that he's like super crazy, like playful, and that there's also a lot of fire stuff going around. I already said this many times, I would love to have more machines that do something with fire. We of course had the Fire Bellow back, and the Deathbringer did something with fire as well, but now we really have a machine dedicated to fire, and he has these crazy attacks. In the trailer it was mentioned that he can catapult himself to the player and of course leave a trail of fire behind as well. So he will really be crazy on ultra hard, I would imagine, being more aggressive, so totally in your face all the time. We will be able to use the gun on his back against him, just like with the Ravager, and we can also stun him, as you see here in this footage. So it really looks like there will be a lot of ways to take it down, and I can't wait to do that. Oh, and this. Anyways, subscribe to stay up to date on way more Frozen Wilds content. Expect a ton of tips and tricks, weapons, outfit analysis, just what you come to expect from me. I will be all over it, but I will of course not share any story spoilers whatsoever. I will really try to keep my content as spoiler free as possible. There should be new stuff about the Frozen Wilds coming up as well, where they will do a gameplay walkthrough, so I will totally give my reaction on that as well. Expect that really soon. Totally check out my Paris Games Week trailer analysis video and my video where I discussed a ton of other news as well. And Guerrilla Games also uploaded a video on the Banuk without any spoilers, just how they came up with the ID for the tribe and stuff like that. So there's some interesting things on there as well. I put a link to that video in the description down below. Like this video to support the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and goodbye.